Did I know that there is another 1/12 scale doll waiting for me when I return from England? Yes, of course I did know that. Did I maybe use that as an excuse to go on a very excessive 1/12 scale shopping spree? Yeah, possibly. So, everything we did with the dollhouse for the little girls so far will have to change. Obviously, the floor with the kitchen and the living room will stay, but we need now the space the zombies forever occupy for a second floor. And there is a very high possibility that I have to remove the dolls that are on top of them, my limited Disney dolls, to make space for one more floor. But before we do that, in here, I suppose, is our newest member of our little girl squad. Oh my god. She is quite huge, isn't she? But oh my gosh, the box already is so pretty. I would really want her. She would be fine, okay, but she... No, she. Definitely she. Okay. This box is quite big. Let's hear the pull, the tear, the pull. Hope it's satisfying. And yes, it is. So, you already get a little sneak peek. Maybe you can... Great. We might be lucky. Yes! How? Yes! Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. We have the one I wanted. What is this? Oh, come to Papa. I know I sound scary. Oh my gosh. Come. Let's remove this for a moment. Oh my gosh. She's supposed to be a cat. And she has a very strange fishbone over her nose. Are you... Sweetie, let me compare you. Oh, you are the big sister. You are quite a bit bigger than these girls. What is with our newest edition? Okay. With her, it fits. She's just a little bit bigger. Oh my gosh. I fear I have a new favorite. Yes, you didn't hear that. So, this can go away. This I don't know what it is for. This is random. Plastic, more plastic. Oh no, it's flocked. I have to admit I'm not the biggest fan of the tail, but everything else I think is adorable. And yeah, I'm going to leave her tail in the box together with her assortment of hands. And oh my gosh, she has so many hands. I have no idea what this is for. We will find it out eventually, or maybe not. But all of this has to stay together in this box, and we will keep the big box as well. Let's now don't waste any more time and start to rebuild our dollhouse so she has a space she can live in. So step one obviously was cleaning out the 2 rooms because we have some flooring to do, we have some wallpapering to do, and when that is done we can do the furnituring, you know what I mean. It might possibly end up in them getting an attic as well, because I might have already ordered another of the bigger dolls. But this time I ordered her to customize, so I hope it will be one that I don't like, so I will be able to. Anyway, but I guess we have to do an attic then, and yeah, because of the shopping spree I mentioned, I now have far too much furniture, so yeah. I definitely need an attic. Anyway, today we start with the 2 bedrooms for 2 of the girls, and I don't think that I will specify which bedroom is whose, or let's say the new girl will get the bigger bed and the smaller bed is for whoever wants to lay down. But because I was in a dollhouse store in Britain and fell in love with basically all of the stuff they had there, I needed to buy kitchen flooring. I had to cut it into pieces because for the travel. But yeah, these are little tiles. And you basically just have the imprint, so it looks like tiles, but I thought that was perfect for the kitchen. Let me measure the kitchen and then put these in. So, do I glue that in place? I think I want to glue it in place in the front, and I will use a glue stick for that. But for the other side, we have this contact paper, which looks a little bit like, yeah, nice flooring. And I am going to put this basically in every room that doesn't have tiles, because I think it gives us a quite nice floor. And oh, it is contact paper, so this we can completely stick in place. Let me get this out for a moment. This is the side with the tiles. This is the living room side. Now we need to do the whole upstairs. The floor will be quite easy, but the walls will need 2 different wallpapers. One I already have. The second one I have to decide on. I basically did the same thing I did in the first floor, second floor? No, ground floor. Basement, no, you know what I mean. Living room and kitchen. One side got a stick-on wallpaper and the other side got just some crafting paper, scrapbook paper, thin paper, in one color this time. I had to piece together the stick-on wallpaper, which I failed miserably in. But in the end, because of the pattern, you don't really see it if you don't look at it exactly. But yeah, after all of that was in place and able to be furnished, I then decided to show you the furniture individually. So, let's start with that. As I already said, let's talk furniture. We have this one with functioning drawers, but it lost one of its golden bead in transport. Lucky for us, I have some half beads here. Then, for the same bedroom, we have this bed, which has the same color, obviously. Then we have this secretary, which really can fold open and be a secretary. So these are the furniture pieces for the first bedroom I have so far. For the second bedroom, we have this bed, this vanity with its seat. I assume, or I think this will be the wardrobe for it. Then I bought this one for the living room as well. So the piano will get into another room later. So this will now be in the living room. And then I have a lot of other stuff, but those we will talk about in another video. There is a bit of decoration stuff as well that we will see in a minute, but let's first put the base stuff in the rooms. And so I did. I had to shove the pieces around a little bit until I was satisfied with the layout, but in the end I think I like the two new rooms and our two already existing ones quite a lot. The only thing that was missing in the living room was a couch, and I was determined to do the couch myself. I had watched so many videos on Pinterest about how to make doll furniture or doll couches, and even though I saw a ton of those in the different stores I was in and on the internet, I decided not to buy one of those because I wanted to make it myself. And so I did. But first let's talk about the rest of the decoration stuff. You already saw this vase thing. It was a necklace originally I bought from Temu. Yes, of course. But I thought it was so cute, and I will put that, I assume, in the room of my newest girl. Then we have this utterly adorable Ouija board. Plates and bowls. This amazingly pretty thing. I'm not sure if I am able to put it somewhere right now. A bird cage. And because the birds it came with are quite large, I think I want to change use these ones, which are from Miniverse. Then we have some pots, more clutter things, a gramophone, a teeny tiny sewing kit, and an artist's kit. And I found something else. I found some beads and some tassels that I really liked, and I combined them to these. So you basically have some Chinese-esque lampions, and I might put them in one of the rooms. I'm not sure yet. And one last thing. That one I got from Temu as well. A paragon. Not sure where to put it right now, but I guess it will possibly go on into the attic. We will see about that. Full disclaimer. Looking at the tutorials online, it seems to be very easy to do doll-sized furniture, especially couches. It is not. It's not the most difficult thing I ever did. I have to admit that. But yeah, it was a bit more complicated than I thought from the videos. Just so you know, if you ever want to do something like this yourself. First of all, I had to decide about the basic measurements of the couch. How high do I want the seating area to be? How high do I want the backrest, the armrests, etc.? Which shape do I want everything to be? I decided to have a slightly more curved backrest, and I wanted to have the backrest as well as the armrests at a slight angle, which complicated everything. If I had everything straight, it would have been far much easier. After the base pieces for the backrest and for the armrests were cut out, I then stuck on some bedding, and I kept in mind that the lower part, which will be straight, will have a cardboard box glued to it, where then you put the cushions on and have a seating area. So I tried to put the bedding only on the top half, so I wouldn't have an issue when I glue it in place later. I did have an issue anyway, because the fabric itself does add on, but it worked quite nicely. After the bedding was on, I then put fabric on top. I did roll up the armrest pieces and first covered the front before I then put fabric on the inside to cover the rest up. And yeah, I glued everything in place, and I have to say, doing it in pieces really helps with it looking more neat. So far, when I did pieces like this, I always first built the whole thing and then did the detail work and the fabric on top, and yeah. Most of my couches so far were okay, but not the most beautiful thing ever. This isn't the most beautiful ever either, but it looks a lot neater and nicer than what I did so far. After this was done, I then glued the armrests onto the backrest, and I left the whole backside uncovered so far. It did work fascinatingly well. When you keep in mind that you will cover up the back anyway, you don't really have to bother too much with that area looking all too neat. So that worked in my favor. After that, I did build the box and covered that with fabric. Because I thought at this point I don't want to glue the cushion in place, I decided to add this foam cover over the area where I glued the fabric in place. But yeah, I then decided when I was done with the cushion to glue that in place either as well. So I removed the foam again and was very happy with the result. I have to admit, I am quite proud of this thing. Covering up the back, I traced the whole couch, made sure it fits around, did some adjustment, then covered it in fabric. This time it was basically the packaging, so a thinner cardboard. And after that was done, I glued it in place and had a couch that I think works really, really well. So, let's look at the finished pictures. Yay! I am quite happy with the results, and yeah, I now have to think about, do I really want to add an attic, or do I add another room somewhere else? I have to think about that, because surprisingly I'm running out of space. Who would have guessed? I hope you did enjoy this little journey, and we will see us in another video. Until then, bye.